Hi guys, hopefully you've been working with your sight words this week. The instructions were to pick 6 sight words that you might not know very well, or if you know all your sight words, pick some that are harder to spell, because remember we want to know how to read them and be able to spell them in our writing. So this is going to be our practice this week. We are going to, and probably each week, you'll be creating sentences with your sight words. Now when you're creating sentences, you're also working on your best handwriting, and so you're going to be using your handwriting lines. You can use any line paper you have at home. Just make sure you're keeping on the bottom line. Okay, and then you can use your top line either as the midline, depending on how big your lines are. Or you might use, if it's too wide, you want to use it as the top line. So just make sure you're trying to make your letters all the same size depending on what kind of paper you have. If you just have plain paper, you can just have your parents maybe help you draw some lines to create line paper if you don't have any laying around. So just keep working on your handwriting, making sure you're doing the best you can. So when we have a sentence, we want to have, I start every sentence with a capital letter, and then I use end marks to help the reader. So you want to remember that we've been working on that in class before our break. So we'll start with our first word, they, and we'll start the sentence. You can think of a sentence that you want to say, and I might say, they like to swim. Okay, so I'm going to start my sentence with they, and so I'm going to have a capital letter. Notice how my capital letter went up tall. H, little e, little y. Okay, be careful on your y. The point should be at the bottom of the line. They, like is another sight word, so I should spell that correctly. To is also a sight word, I know that one. Swim, and I would sound it out. S-W. Swim. They like to swim, and I use end marks to help my reader. They like to swim. Good. And I could underline where I have my sight word. I could also cross it out to know that I already used it. Okay. And then I would want to write use. Now I'm going to say I'm using a marker, but I want you to use a pencil when you write. And I'm going to say please. I'm going to use 2 of my words actually. Please, capital P, L-E-A-S-E, please. Now remember, these are sight words because they don't follow the sound rules, okay? Please use, U-S-E, please use a pencil, pencil, I'll make my P a little longer, to write. Okay, and I'm going to sound it out. And I know that at the beginning we have a W-R, I-T. Now in order to make that I say its name, I need to have an E at the end. Please use a pencil to write, and I use end marks to help my reader. Okay, now I could count that as 1, but remember I need 6 sentences, so I need to use, although I used please and use in the same one, I need to use one of them again to have another sentence. And so I might say, I did use a pencil. Okay, and so I could underline use, and there I have 2 sentences for a total of 3. Okay, and so you would keep going, making sure you have capital letters at the beginning, and I use capital letters at the start of every sentence, and I use end marks to help my readers, using also your best handwriting. Also, I want to go ahead and do, I'm going to do one question, and I'm going to use when, because when is a questioning word, so I'm going to start when can is a sight word, when can I see you? Also sight words. When can I see you? Question mark. Okay, so I'm going to underline when, and I have a capital to start and a question mark at the end. Okay, and let's go try want. We'll do an exclamation mark. I really want to go to school. Exclamation mark. Sorry, my S is a little messy. Another reason why it's important to use pencil, but I had to use a marker so you could see it. I really want to go to school. Okay, and then I have a capital to start. Remember, I used I 3 times, and I is always going to have a capital letter when it's by itself. Okay, and so my last word here is no. And you could say my little sister does not know. Okay, my little sister does not know. But don't forget, I need a end mark to help my reader. My little sister does not know. Okay, I have a capital and an end mark, and then I'm going to underline my sight word, no. So make sure you're doing your very best handwriting. Make sure you start every sentence with a capital letter and use end marks to help your reader. Happy writing, guys.